War Games! Oh! What the hell?
18th November, Monday Night Raw hits and misses. For a second consecutive week, Monday Night Raw came to the fans from the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The excitement was palpable as there were various storylines to look up to, and the show didn't disappoint either. A blockbuster return shook the arena. The World Heavyweight Champion attacked the #1 contender, and the Bloodline drama spilled over to the red brand again. Join us now as we look at the hits and misses from the 18th November episode of Monday Night Raw. Hits. Holy shaw, Ria Ripley is back. When Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez attacked Ria Ripley and broke her right orbital bone, never in their wildest would they've thought the Australian would be back within a month. The balance for the Women's Survivor Series War Games match seemed to be heavily tilted towards Morgan's team until Ripley returned to the fold with a bang. The Eradicator straight away went after the Women's Heavyweight Champion and kicked off an all-out brawl between the members of both teams. The former Judgment Day members' surprise inclusion in the women's iteration of the War Games match has completely changed the game. Fans would be left wondering which of the two teams would prevail when one group boasts of both the Women's Heavyweight Champion, Morgan, and the Women's Heavyweight Champion, Nia Jax. At the same time, the other ensemble features heavyweights like Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and now Ria Ripley. A truly exciting prospect indeed. Gunthers' woes continue. Gunther has seemed like a shadow of himself since the Crown Jewel PLE, and this week was no different. This time, the World Heavyweight Champion looked to sneakily attack the #1 contender for his strap, Damian Priest, in the backstage area. But the ring general was in for a surprise as the challenger to his throne fought back and left him in a pile. This storytelling is a genius move on the part of WWE Creative, as Gunther has always been portrayed as this unconquerable performer who is away from anyone's grasp. But this battle within has brought a different side of the King of the Ring winner to the forefront that highly doubts one's abilities, making this feud for the top prize on Monday Night Raw an engaging one.
And now he's coming around the corner and delivers that right into the...
Ludwig Kaiser is his own man. Gunther may be struggling with self-confidence issues, but he managed to impart some wise words to his longtime associate, Ludwig Kaiser. The ring general urged his fellow Imperium member to pick up his own fights and not interfere in his rivalries. What then did Kaiser do? He went ahead and interrupted the Intercontinental title match between champion Bron Breakker and Sheamus, making it a three-way scuffle. The German has been doing Gunther's bidding for far too long, and it's high time he became his own man. It feels like this latest episode of the Red Brand may finally be the catalyst to change Kaiser's career trajectory. Cinematic promos galore. Ever since Raw moved to a 2-hour runtime, it has become impossible for every roster member to get ample screen time. Enter cinematic promos that are short, sleek, and to the point. Moreover, they go a long way in getting a wrestler's message across in an effective manner. Last night's show featured as many as 4 cinematic promos. The Miz's self-praise snippet received an eerie response from a visibly angry Uncle Howdy, while a recently returned Dakota Kai's emotional promo instantly connected with fans. On the other hand, Lyra Valkyria reminded the Red Brand's women's division of who they must worry about going into the future. Each of these cinematic promos did their job to perfection, so much so that fans would be looking forward to them in the coming weeks. Will he? Won't he? The original Bloodlines, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Sami Zayn again tried to recruit Seth Rollins for their Survivor Series War Games match against the Solo Sikoa-led New Bloodline. However, the Visionary reiterated that he wanted nothing to do with the tyrant Roman Reigns. It'll be interesting to know Rollins' thoughts by the time the show ended. While the appearance of Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tanga Loa at the ringside during the start of the former Shield members match against Big Bronson Reed was dealt by the OG Bloodline. Solo Sikoa's blatant distraction at the end caused Rollins the main event bout. What happens now? Will Rollins stay on his word and never side with Reigns again? Or would he put his personal feelings for the original tribal chief aside and join the Bloodline civil war to get his vengeance, particularly from Reed? Another week, another intriguing subplot in this masterful familial rivalry. Misses.
What a response! This is what Chad Gable wanted from Otis all these...
The burial of American-made continues. Chad Gable is among the most talented individuals on the Monday Night Raw roster, and his American-made disciples, Brutus Creed, Julius Creed, and Ivy Nile, are some of the most exciting up-and-coming wrestlers. However, one way or another, this bunch of supremely gifted performers always find themselves on the losing side. This week, Gable and Nile lost an intergender clash against Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega. The powers that be need to understand that constantly burying a promising faction does no good for their credibility. Gable's outburst after the match on the Creed brothers might be the kickstart that the talented ensemble needs. But we've been here before, haven't we? Let's keep our fingers crossed. Carlito Not So Cool. Carlito's addition to the Judgment Day stable was a welcome change initially. However, as time has passed, the presence of the veteran performer in the villainous group has gone stale. The Cool One's antics in the backstage area have become uninteresting, and the latest episode of Raw highlighted his dwindling wrestling abilities. The team of Dominic Mysterio and Carlito took on the War Raiders in what was a tiresome watch. While Mysterio Jr. was at his smug best, the former Intercontinental Champion seemed to sleepwalk through the entirety of the tag team match. The Stamford-based promotion's think tank has a tough task at hand, reinventing Carlito's flailing career. Overall, the recent episode of Raw was packed with a powerful punch, with various top storylines progressing nicely, setting up the upcoming Survivor Series War Games PLE beautifully. Let's hope that this strong showing from WWE continues.